Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing slash review of my new pair of Irish setters. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I previously recorded this video about a month ago, but the audio files got corrupted, so I'm going to try to recreate the magic and do it again for you guys. I know it's not perfect, but one of the benefits is now that I can give you guys an update of my new boots because I've been wearing them for about a month and a half, so I have a better feel for them now opposed to just doing an unboxing and kind of guessing what the boots feel like, long term. And I can kind of show you some of the wear and tear that's already started to happen with the boots now. So it's everything happened for a reason. I think that's a benefit now. I'm seeing the hindsight. So I appreciate you guys. Let's get into the video. Before I go any further, I want to give a special shout out to the Red Wings in Gresham, Oregon. They had a huge selection of boots, a lot of boots I hadn't seen in other places, and they were very, very patient with my rambunctious son. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. So if you see my previous video, I made a review about these exact boots about 18 months ago. So if you think carpenters usually work around 2,000 hours a year, so these boots have got about 3,000 hours worth of, use. And so that kind of equates to about 7 cents an hour. So I think that's a great value, especially if you're having these boots for, 8-hour shifts, 10 hours, 14-hour shifts. These definitely feel very, very comfortable. They're probably the closest thing you're going to get to like sneaker quality. And as you can see, even though they've kind of been, thrashed, look at the treads, they're all worn out. I wasn't a huge rush to get new ones because they were so comfortable. I didn't really see the need. I'm not really into vanity when it comes to, my work. It is what it is. Like, you're going to be grimy, you're going to be dirty. Who cares? But it did get kind of tough when, it's starting to rain a lot, and then, they're not as waterproof because of all the holes and stuff. So that's not ideal. So I went and I bit the bullet and got some new boots, but also wanted to review them for you guys. So I think that's probably like a double, double benefit, right? And so as you can see, the treads are, completely gone, but the sole is still attached really well on the boots, and the stitching is all pretty good. Outside from the front and the sides, I have pretty wide feet, so I put a lot of pressure on the sides. I've tried to buy some wides, but sometimes they're not there, and I just kind of roll with it. I mean, it's not unbearable. It's not that much. It's not that tight on my feet. It just applies a lot of pressure to the boots. So for me, you're gonna see a lot more failure on the outsides opposed to maybe just the front for you guys. Because again, as carpenters, we use our boots as tools. We may be kicking things into place, moving things with our feet. So you definitely need to apply that extra protection with that tough toe so that they can last a lot longer. Otherwise, you might see, the threads and the front get busted out within weeks, especially if you're doing like wall panels or you're doing layout and you have to use your feet to kind of push things in place. That extra protection from the tough toe is definitely going to be a great value. And again, like I said, I would resole them, but with the speed ties, as you can see right here, been broken. Just the threading on the sides and just it falling apart in the front. I said, listen, they're $200. I'm gonna spend the money and get a new pair, and so I think it's worth the value, right? Especially when you can spend $200 on a pair of tennis shoes, like professional running shoes or whatever. I think it's definitely worth the value, especially if you're gonna be really putting your feet and your livelihood on the line when it comes to comfort. Because again, if you're miserable at work, you're not going to want to be there. And so I would say spend the extra money and get a higher quality boot, because again, it's only going to be your body you're taking care of, right? So I think it's important. So let's talk about the new boots. Okay, so it's the initial unboxing. These are the Irish setters. These are the 891s, and these are actually cheaper than the 838s that I had. These are the 7-inch boots opposed to the 6-inch. These are the ultra dry, waterproof. These actually hold up pretty well in the weather. But like I said before, as carpenters, you can't really expect to have your boots be like completely waterproof, even if you're wearing like Gore-Tex rubber boots. If you get enough water on them, they're gonna get wet. It's kind of something that you have to deal with. And so for me, I'm more like just embrace it. If it gets wet, that's why you have a boot dryer at home. Nothing's worse than waking up in the morning and having a wet pair of boots to put on. But if you have the boot dryer and you take them off after you get off work, they're gonna be fine. Like I said, this time I want to try something a little bit different because I didn't want to do the same exact review. So I got the different leather type. It feels more like a brushed leather opposed to more like abrasive, the abrasive from the last brand. I am going to put on the Tough Toe again. I don't know if I will go over a review on how to do that. It's fairly simple. You just sand this, the leather first before you apply the epoxy, let it dry, and then you're good to go. Like I said before, the Tough Toe epoxy you can buy at Red Wing is definitely worth the price. It's like 40 bucks and it makes these $200 boots last like twice as long. So I cannot advocate for that enough. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna take these outside and go for a walk. Let you guys know what I think. I'll see you guys in a minute. So you can see these are the old ones and these are the new ones with the epoxy. The painter's tape kind of took the finish off a little bit of the boots, but that's all right. This isn't a beauty show. This is, you know, trying to make them more functional, make them last a little longer. So overall, that's the finished product. Again, invest in yourself. If you chew or dip or, you know, drink every night, you can buy a nice pair of boots. Now, I'm not gonna say that these boots are gonna make you a superstar carpenter or they're gonna take you to the next level, but they are functional, they are, you know, a good quality, and they're gonna be great on the feet. These are amazing boots. I definitely cannot recommend the Irish Setter brand wing shooters enough. Go out there and get some. So like I said before, because of the previous audio file corruption, I have the benefit now of showing you the update. I've had these boots for about a month and a half now, and as you can see, they're still holding up good, but for some reason, the Tough Toe has eroded in the front, and so that's not gonna be ideal on both sides. I've been doing a lot of layout, a lot of bending over and moving this, you know, doing a lot of drilling. So because of that, I might have to remove this pretty early and then apply it again. So I'm not going to have to buy new boots earlier. But again, stitching all still good. You wouldn't expect you to see a lot of, you know, deterioration in the first like month and some change. But as you can see, they're still great. I love them. Only thing I can think of is these boots were a little bit cheaper than my previous, and so I feel like I'm not feeling the same level of cushioning on the sides, and so I have been feeling a little bit more wear on my ankles, but that might just be the fact that I have shorter laces, and usually I get the long laces so I can then double wrap, you know, around here to give myself extra ankle support. And because I have the smaller lace, I can't get as much. So maybe if I buy the extra longer laces, that might help. But I should still think that there's something about, like, it feels like there's not as much cushioning right here. So that's the difference between the last pair and this pair. But overall, I still like them. Irish Setter can't be beat as far as like the Red Wing brand. They're just super comfortable. I'm not really going to stray away from it until like maybe there's a dip in quality. I kind of a person that likes to stay with what I know and that is trusted, that has done me well in the past. So overall, like I said before, these are great boots. They've never done me wrong. Most people that are in the trades that, you know, do have a preference, they do prefer Red Wing that I work with. So I've seen guys spend a lot more and maybe they don't last as long. So again, I think Red Wing is a great brand. Also, do yourself a favor and get yourself a set of boot warmers. This is probably one of the best investments you can make as a carpenter or anybody in the trades, someone who works outside. It doesn't matter how waterproof your boots are. A lot of times, especially in the Pacific Northwest, they're gonna get soaked, and nothing is worse than waking up in the morning. It's 5 o'clock, you gotta get in your rig, you jump on, you put your boots on, and they're just soaking wet. That's one of the worst ways to start your day. So get a pair of these. It's going to completely change the way you feel about the mornings. For me, it did, and it's going to completely change the way you look at your boots. Again, it doesn't matter how expensive your boots are. They're usually going to fill up with water, you know, just because of, you know, water coming down your pant legs or just like dripping inside of your waterproofing or whatever. Somehow it just seems to always wick into your boots. And so this is a great investment. Unless you're wearing like rubbers or muck boots all day, your feet are going to be soaked. And so this is definitely a great investment. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys got this far, please like and subscribe. Again, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next one. Peace.